The Shield is a cop show set in Los Angeles. It's about a strike team of cops who are on a drug task force.
This strike team are like brothers in a lot of ways and bring out the best in each other and also bring out the worst in each other.
The character of Lem, played by Kenny Johnson, has been under pressure by IED. They caught him with some heroin in the previous season that really he was just trying to clean up for his friend Shane, played by Walton Goggins.
Given time, he would have turned state's evidence. And so it really became about him or us.
There's a way for me to take the hit solo.
No, there's not,
yeah,
man. No, there's not, man. Kavanaugh, Aceveda, the DA, there's no other deal to make. They're gonna make you give us up.
Shane made the decision to sacrifice Lem for the greater good of the team.
He pulls out a grenade that he had pocketed from a bust earlier that evening, and he pulls the pin and puts it in Lem's lap and kills him.
Shane? Shane!
When Sean called us and told us about it, it was, on an artistic level, it was undeniably brilliant. It was Shakespearean. And to have an opportunity where a best friend has to take the life of another best friend for the protection of the whole, that's something you never get to see. It's a very, very rare, dramatic situation.
The reason for, I think, that we did it in the first place was that we had done about 4 seasons already, and Vic and his guys had wreaked havoc. They killed people, but none of the group ever suffered losing one of their own.
Think about it. There's no other character that could have the kind of impact of a loss than Lemon. Lem was the conscience of the strike team.
Any show can have a shocking death or have a shocking moment. Where you try to strive for greatness, though, is in planning and earning these moments in a way that seems surprising yet inevitable.
If you don't earn it, then it's just cheap sensationalism. Oh, you killed off a character, how exciting.
A crew and a cast who work together on the field and on stage every day is a family. And I think there were people in that family pissed at us. Because they like Kenny so much. You know, we've all in our lives have had to make hard decisions that we know are gonna leave us not the same. I knew that I was making the right decision creatively for the show, but I didn't relish it. I wasn't gleeful about it.
I indirectly found out through maybe internal sources over at Fox that leaked something to my manager. I walked in the house and, you know, my wife now was upstairs, and I think about it, I get emotional. I just like walked halfway up the stairs and I just collapsed and just started sobbing. I didn't know why, but I just uncontrollably just sobbed and sobbed.
Kenny was acting weird, and I know him very, very well, and I know his life. And I asked him one day, after 2 days of acting weird, I said, you know, what's going on? Is it this, or this? He said, no. I said, it's the show, isn't it? He didn't say anything. I said, you're leaving, aren't you? He didn't say anything. And I said, is it by choice? And he didn't say anything. And then I just started bawling, started crying. And Kenny started crying because he, you know, had made an agreement not to give up this information.
I just said, okay, Sean, listen, you know, I know you've got your reasons. I know you've thought this through, but I have to wrestle with it. I called Kenny, and really within minutes, we already started to talk about the artistic merit of the idea. It was one of those things where personally it was devastating, but artistically it was thrilling. It was like, oh my God, this is gonna be sick. But, you know, Kenny, shit. You know, it's gonna suck to not come to work and see the lemon.
I didn't know when I found out that I was going to do it. And then when I found out, I was devastated. I was really hurt.
When I found out it was gonna be Walton, a part of me was kind of happy that it was like from my own guy. It meant more to me. He and I actually have known each other for like 10 years, and so we know each other so well that it goes deeper than just the Shield.
He is my friend, and he is my confidant, and we've gone through this together. So once I took that point of view, Kenny did the same, then we said, okay, buddy, let's hold hands in this, and let's go forward and see where this takes us.
It's gonna work.
We began at midnight, and it was gut-wrenching.
I couldn't be there. I know they asked me to be there, But Walton and Kenny understood I didn't want to be there. It was just too much. I didn't want to see it. And also for myself as an actor, I wanted the first time that I saw Lemonhead to be in the car in the aftermath.
You know, the first action was called, and we started finding our way through it, finding all these layers and, you know, what does this mean and what does this mean?
It was very loosely marked, and basically they left it up to us to, you know, just go. You know, just he and I just in those moments for the first time.
I don't rehearse with actors just in general. In principle, I don't.
We both work that way, so I think it's better. Instead of rehearse, this is where you have to do this and this. I'm gonna walk away. I'm listening. You know, where's Vic? I want to talk to Vic.
And then I'm gonna take my time and do my thing, whatever has to happen. Just for what that means to me, why I mean, it's not about that, right?
I mean, everybody's got their own method of acting, and Walton needs his personal space. And a lot of times when they're big scenes and they involve something pretty deep, I'm on my own and I don't like to talk to anybody either. And we both know that about each other. So he stood on one side of the parking lot, I stood on the other side, and we didn't talk.
I mean, this is the scene.
Really
this is the scene of the show. This is the scene of the season. This is maybe the scene of the series. So, you know, so we're not going to rush through it.
We can't let Kavanaugh catch us with you, man.
What was important to me, and the things that are always most important to me on The Shield, are the moments between the lines. And there's a moment there when Shane makes a decision and believes that Lem has turned on him and the other guys. And I just didn't want to rush through that moment. You have to take your time, and you have to sell the moment when Shane makes the decision he makes.
It's all about family, right?
We trust each other completely as actors. I just kept whispering things to him. Man, there were personal stuff between him and me. He just kept whispering things back and forth to get us emotionally just hooked into it.
It was very, very intense, man. At one point, I got so angry and so in my head that, you know, it was like I turned to the monitor, turned to the camera, and I said, "You want to see what pain is? You want to see it? Does this make you feel good? Okay, all right, here it is." I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bud. I'm so sorry, bud. If we did our jobs, you saw the love going into the act, and you saw the love after the act, the decision to drop a grenade in his lap.
Lem, I'm sorry. But I had to, right? But you know I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, man. Buddy.
All right, brother. No, Kenny's fine. Kenny will be fine. Kenny's a great actor. He's gonna go do other things. Poor me, I'm not gonna see Kenny.
I just miss him. His energy and commitment and what he brings to the table. He makes me a better actor. And so that's painful.
You have this great setup for season 6 where Vic is on the hunt for Lem's killer with blood on his mind, but the guy who really did it having his back and Vic not knowing, which has led to some really, really great storylines that we've been able to film for season 6.
It sets the pick for everything that's coming up. And that's pretty juicy, juicy, juicy. Vic Mackey is a loyal guy, and he's hell-bent on finding whoever it was who did it and ending them. Imagine his surprise.
We're gonna find out who did this. And we're gonna kill him.
We'll see what happens.